Hi, I'm Senator Malcolm Roberts, and I'm in the electorate of Whitsunday with our candidate in next month's state election, Deb Lawson. And we're wanting to discuss something very important to Deb. She's been in the electorate quite a while. I wrote a letter to Anastasia Palaszczuk last month, and it's pretty damning. And we want her to repeal the reef regulations. But rather than me read out the letter, which we've posted on Facebook, why don't we get Deb to talk about it?
So basically, I've spoken with a lot of farmers around the Whitsunday electorate, Mount Ossa, Proserpine, Caelan, and they've all said the same thing, that these regulations are basically killing them. I've had fourth and fifth generation farmers that are actually walking off the land. Some have been able to diversify into cattle, that their farms have been big enough, but a lot of them haven't. So they've actually had to just walk away, sell the farms, which is really, really sad when, you know, it's been in their family for, 100 years or more. If they're not walking off, they've had to get a second job to just pay a manager to go on so that they can actually afford to do all the paperwork and, everything that's associated with these reef regulations. It's just every time they work their land, it doesn't matter whether they're digging it or whatever, they have to fill out paperwork.
Yeah, and it's rubbish because we exposed in the Senate inquiry into the reef regulations that there is no science back in this.
No, that's exactly right.
The actual science contradicts what the government is doing. The government is lying. It's just flat out lying, and so are some of these academics pushing this nonsense. But I not only went on to discuss each of the points and many points that are showing that the science is wrong, we also went to the fundamentals, and that is that farmers, the owners of the land, are the best environmentalists and the best guardians of the land.
Absolutely. They've got to look after their land to hand it on to the future generations. They're not going to destroy their land.
No, and on top of that, to maximise their productivity, they have to look after the environment around the land.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
Palaszczuk has been the Labor machine has been criminalising farmers, and so have the Greens and WWF. They're all in cahoots with this. They've been criminalising farmers, whereas in fact farmers are guardians of the environment.
That's correct, yeah. They're the first ones to say, we want to look after our land.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is criminal what they've done to them.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And we also then see things like energy costs, crippling farmers. Farmers not being able to pump water because they can't afford the electricity prices to pump that water.
Exactly.
Palaszczuk is going soft on criminals and hard on farmers, and it just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
So you're going to fight to repeal?
Absolutely fight tooth and nail to have that reef regulations and the reef bill repealed.
Okay, good on you, Deb. Deb Lawson in Whitsunday.